When I first started my business, I had no idea what branding was. I didn't even know what it meant, and I did not know how it pertained to my business. Like, I had a camera and I was shooting pictures, so why do I need a brand for? It started out, quite frankly, my very first business card just had pictures of nature on it because that was all I had at that point. And it had a big E for Emily, and it was just this cool free font that I found online somewhere that I thought was awesome. But there was no thought put into it. And then last year, I kind of started to learn the importance of branding. It still wasn't really, I still look back and I'm like, I didn't really know what I was doing at that time, but I knew that it needed to be something different. So I changed it a little bit, I played around with it a little bit, and kind of got it to a point where I thought I wanted it to be, but as time went on last summer, I just was reading a lot more about branding and hearing a lot more about the importance of it and doing some research on like what is branding and what makes a person see something or become attached to something because of the brand value of it. And that's when I realized that branding has such a huge factor in every business. I don't care what it is. And I had not known that before. So I went through a rebranding process this past winter. I set it aside. I knew that over the winter months when it was slower, I was going to rebrand. And I did it myself. I did not have a budget to hire somebody to help me with the rebranding, which was very difficult, but it was also very, made me very self-aware. And in a way, it was almost really good because I learned so much about myself in the process. And I started by just going through, honestly, my closet. I went through my closet. What colors do I wear? What textures do I like? Do I like silky? Do I like lacy? What shapes and patterns and styles do I wear? I ripped out things from magazines and online, of course, everywhere. And I was realizing there were certain colors that I liked, and they didn't necessarily all fit together. And that was where I kind of had to go through and figure out why I liked this color. Was it important to help me portray who I am to people? Because the first thing that they see is not me necessarily, it's my presence online, and then they get to meet me. So I really have to show who I am online first so that they can say, yeah, I want to meet her, and then it's the opportunity for them to get to meet me. So I went through quite a long process. I thought I had everything figured out. I thought I knew what I wanted. Which was very like kind of dark woods, white frames that looked really cool. And a month before my website went live, I was like, this isn't me. I don't know. It was cool, it was great, and it would look so beautiful for someone else, but not for me. And so then I was like, shoot, I messed up this whole thing. I spent so much time on branding, and I didn't even get it right. So I had to kind of start over, and that's really when I figured out lines. For me, it's lines. All of my magazine clippings that I had, everything had these beautiful lines in them. And even when I'm designing albums, a lot of that is just like this beautiful structure of lines. And I realized this is like, I love lines. I love structure. And I love going to a website where it's very clear where I need to go and where I can click to get back home, because I don't like getting lost on websites. So that was kind of where that came about, and then it was just a mad scurry to try to figure everything out. I knew that color-wise, I loved blue. Blue did not end up getting into my branding. Because it didn't work, and somewhere along the way I kept coming back to this coral color because I just thought it felt so warm, and I wanted people to feel warm around me. I wanted them to feel happy and calm, and I felt like that coral was both vibrant and fun and also really welcoming and warm, which was exactly what I wanted. So it ended up being, coral was a great color for my branding, and I used a lot of grays and a lot of blacks because I really liked that classic bold look, and whites. And then I also really loved sparkles, and I loved gold. And so I really wanted to incorporate gold back in. So I did that, not with the sparkles, but I did pull that gold tan color back in because I just think it's such a warm, rich color, which again is what I was going for, is to have this overall experience without even knowing it, of seeing these beautiful structured lines with these colors that are both warm and inviting, which is what I wanted people to feel when they met me online before they met me in person.